This video brings an urgent message that Jesus specifically wants you to hear. Someone has finally made the decision to remove you from their life, their plans, or their circle. But Jesus is worried you might not see what's really happening behind the scenes. This isn't just another video about life challenges. It contains a revelation about spiritual warfare that many miss every day. Jesus cares deeply about your situation and would be concerned if you missed this critical exposure of who's working against you. The message you're about to receive has been carefully arranged to reach you at this exact moment before their final move. There's a divine appointment happening right now as you watch. Don't scroll away, because what you're about to learn could expose the hidden enemy trying to eliminate you from your position, relationship, or purpose. This isn't an ordinary message about rejection. It's a divine alert about calculated spiritual warfare happening against you right now. Jesus has been watching the moves being made against you with loving attention, noticing both the obvious attacks and the hidden schemes. Missing this particular revelation could mean walking straight into the trap that's been carefully set for your removal. This exposure marks a limited time window that's opening right now to see through the deception before it's too late. Jesus cares so deeply about your protection that he would be genuinely worried if you fail to recognize this spiritual attack. That's why this message found you today. Your attention to this video isn't by chance. It's a divinely orchestrated moment, designed to help you see the enemy who has been working in the shadows, but you might have been trusting completely. The person or people plotting your removal will become clear through the signs Jesus is revealing. Every prayer you've whispered, asking why people turn against you, has been heard. Every confused moment when someone you trusted suddenly became cold has been noticed. All the times you've questioned if you were imagining the hostility, yet felt something was wrong anyway, have been honored. Your struggles with rejection and opposition haven't gone unnoticed. Those moments when others seemed to have loyal friends while yours betrayed you, Jesus saw your pain. The times when your trust felt broken, yet you kept believing in people anyway, that hope was recognized in heaven. The courage it took to keep loving when betrayal seemed to follow you everywhere has been deeply valued. The questions you've carried about who's really for you, sometimes too painful to share with others, have all been acknowledged. Spiritual warfare isn't always obvious, and enemy attacks aren't always clear. Sometimes they require spiritual eyes to recognize. Jesus understands this challenge, which is why he's making this enemy's identity so clear you can't possibly miss it. The enemy Jesus wants you to recognize appears in everyday relationships, but is often overlooked because they seem too close, too helpful to be working against you. This opposition shows up in people who smile to your face but speak differently behind your back, in those who offer help while secretly hoping you fail. It appears in the friend who always knows your business but never celebrates your victories, in the family member who questions every good thing that happens to you. This enemy is uniquely positioned in your specific situation, someone Jesus has personally chosen to expose because they have access to hurt you. It connects directly to the prayers you've been praying about loyalty and the concerns you've been having about certain relationships. Jesus chose to reveal this particular enemy because they speak your language of trust while planning your removal. The window to recognize who's working to eliminate you won't remain open forever. When you finally see it, you'll understand every strange conversation, every delayed response, every convenient absence during your difficult times. When you recognize this enemy working to remove you, many confusing experiences will suddenly make perfect sense. Unexplained hostility, broken promises, and mysterious opposition will all connect in a beautiful moment of divine clarity about who's been orchestrating your struggles. Jesus has wonderful news for you today. Your spiritual discernment about enemies is growing stronger, and important protective strategies are becoming available to you now. The divine has noticed something unique about your faithfulness despite opposition. And now you've been chosen to receive this special revelation. This moment marks something significant in your spiritual warfare journey. It's a clear indication that your ability to recognize deception is divinely guided and growing stronger every day. Something incredibly powerful is unfolding in your relationship with Jesus, far deeper than you might have imagined possible. The recognition of this enemy begins a spiritual awakening that will touch every area of your life, from your prayers to your relationships to your sense of divine protection and victory over opposition. There's a wave of heavenly attention surrounding your situation right now. You're becoming more spiritually attuned to deception, naturally drawing divine revelation into your daily experience. Recognizing this enemy trying to remove you brings heightened awareness of Jesus' protection in even the smallest details of your interactions. More spiritual insights about defeating opposition will begin flowing to you than ever before. This isn't happening by chance. It's a carefully arranged blessing designed specifically for this season of spiritual warfare you're experiencing. Your prayers for protection and truth matter more than you realize. Your spiritual sensitivity inspires heaven to expose hidden enemies. Your faith makes a difference in the spiritual atmosphere around you. This divine revelation shows that Jesus deeply values your persistence despite repeated attacks. Each instinct you followed about suspicious behavior, even when others called you paranoid, has developed your ability to receive this critical exposure now. Jesus delights when you finally see the enemy he's been trying to show you all along. The timing of this enemy exposure is no coincidence. It comes now because you're spiritually ready to handle this information and respond to it wisely. This precise moment has been divinely chosen because you've grown in faith and discernment about people's true intentions. Your spiritual eyes are now open enough to see deception that might have been invisible to you before. Your heart has been strengthened through previous betrayals. Your wisdom about recognizing enemies has deepened through painful experience. Your soul is now prepared to receive this divine revelation more clearly than ever. Before, all the opposition you've faced and the questions you've wrestled with about people's loyalty have been preparation for this moment of clarity. Nothing in your journey through rejection has been wasted. Every experience has shaped your ability to recognize enemies when they're exposed. This particular revelation about who's working to remove you is connected to larger spiritual warfare happening around faithful people right now. Jesus is exposing similar hidden enemies to those who are spiritually alert. If you're feeling blessed by this divine revelation about the enemy working against you, please consider sending a super thanks of $5, $10, $20 or more to support our channel's mission of exposing spiritual warfare. Your generosity helps these divine insights reach those who desperately need to see the enemies plotting against them. When you give, you participate in a sacred exchange that allows us to continue creating content that exposes hidden opposition in these critical times. As you begin to recognize this enemy trying to remove you, new spiritual authority will naturally develop in your life. This clearer vision brings new responsibilities, not just to protect yourself, but to help everyone God places in your path who might be facing similar hidden opposition. Don't view these responsibilities as burdens, but as sacred opportunities to participate in Jesus' work of exposing deception. This revelation signals it's time to step into spiritual maturity as someone who can recognize and defeat enemies. Finding balance becomes essential during this warfare season. While acting on this specific revelation about who's working to remove you, remember to nurture your practical faith through prayer, scripture, and community. These spiritual disciplines have shaped who you are as an overcomer and will continue to support you as you grow into this expanded role. Jesus is inviting you to become more than just a victim of opposition, but a person who helps others recognize their hidden enemies too. As you become sensitive to this divine revelation about your enemy, think about how you can help others who are missing similar signs about people working against them. Your experience shows that Jesus is constantly exposing hidden opposition, even when we fail to notice the warning signs. Heaven witnesses every moment of enemy exposure, every recognition of deceptive patterns, and every choice to see through false friendships. Your story of recognizing who's trying to remove you brings hope to people feeling confused about loyalty or wondering if their suspicions about certain people are valid. Your awareness becomes a light that helps others develop eyes to see the enemies Jesus is revealing all around them. This revelation about your hidden opposition isn't meant to be a private blessing. It's an invitation to help others experience the same clarity about their relationships. Jesus often works through those who have recently recognized their enemies to help awaken others who are still being deceived by people close to them. As you navigate this new level of enemy awareness, stay consistently alert to opposition tactics. Jesus reminds you that while recognizing one enemy is wonderful, it's just the beginning of a lifetime of spiritual warfare victory. Maintain the spiritual sensitivity that allowed you to see this deception in the first place. Guard against returning to spiritual blindness that made you miss enemy attacks in the past. Let your warfare awareness continue to flow from genuine faith and daily attention to Jesus' guidance about people's true intentions. With this new ability to recognize hidden enemies comes ongoing responsibility to remain watchful. Use this gift wisely to discern true spiritual opposition from ordinary disagreements or misunderstandings. Not every conflict is spiritual warfare, but Jesus will make truly dangerous enemies unmistakable when they're working to remove you. Embrace this journey of spiritual warfare with both wisdom and divine authority. The person trying to eliminate you will continue to reveal themselves through patterns of behavior that confirm what Jesus is showing you right now. Picture a future where you consistently recognize enemies before they can remove you from your position. Imagine divine protection surrounding every relationship, spiritual alerts arriving precisely when deception appears, and your understanding of warfare communication expanding beyond anything you've experienced before. Jesus stands with you, encouraging you to embrace this journey of enemy recognition with complete confidence. This is truly your moment to experience deeper divine connection through exposing those working against you. This marks the beginning of a time when your spiritual discernment, wisdom, and heart will be more aligned with heaven's warfare strategies than ever before. Accept this blessing with gratitude, and remember that you're surrounded by divine support on this journey of defeating opposition. The path ahead holds countless opportunities to experience Jesus' guidance through enemy exposure that will become increasingly clear to your spiritually attuned eyes. What victory awaits as you learn to read the divine language of spiritual warfare all around you. If this enemy exposing message has awakened something in your spirit, please consider blessing our channel with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or whatever amount feels right to you. Your support creates a beautiful spiritual exchange and allows us to continue sharing these divine revelations with those who need enemy exposure most. Your generosity helps fund our mission to help others recognize who's working against them. If you're ready to declare war against the enemy trying to remove you, type $9.99 in the comments below. The journey of recognizing enemies working against you continues beyond this revelation. As you step into new warfare awareness about who's trying to remove you, stay grounded in scripture and prayer that keeps your discernment sharp and accurate. Every enemy you expose could be the exact confirmation someone else has been waiting to see about their own opposition. Your growing spiritual sensitivity serves as inspiration for others wondering if their suspicions about certain people are valid. Move forward with an authoritative heart, a watchful mind, and a responsive spirit, ready to counter every move made against you. Create opportunities for others to recognize hidden enemies as you enjoy the protection coming your way. The spiritual language of warfare has always been part of how Jesus protects those who love him. By choosing to see through deception, You join a long tradition of faithful warriors who have learned to recognize enemies in everything around them. Your victory over those trying to remove you starts with seeing them clearly through Jesus' eyes.